The previous short I shared something that could be called an error coin. I mean, a coin struck twice by different emperors. I guess that could count as an error. But here I have something even more erroneous. This is also, I would say, an AE2 of Emperor Licinius. The denominations of the early 4th century are kind of blurred between emperors, especially during the late Tetrarchy. But in any case, this is a coin of Licinius, and what's funny is that this coin misspells the name of the emperor. Emperor Licinius, whose full name was Licinianus Licinius, as shown here by the full legends, Imp Caesar Licinianus, just spell Licinius with two N's, which is the important part, Pius Felix Augustus. And yes, as I said, this name shows Licinius with two N's instead of the usual one, which was the normal spelling. So this shows that this coin in particular was minted very early during the time of Licinius. And at this time, the engravers from the mint of, let's see the mint mark, from the mint of Alexandria, didn't really know either how he looked like, although in the 4th century this didn't matter as much, but also they didn't know how to spell his name. So they just went with a mistaken assumption that, Licinius was written with two N's. This is particularly interesting because, as we know, Alexandria was a Coptic Greek / Egyptian city, one of the most important cities of the empire, but Latin wasn't the main language. So it's easy to assume that an engraver, possibly who didn't speak Latin, had a hard time recognizing Licinius' name and wasn't particularly sure if it was with one N or two N's. In any case, most of the coins do show Licinius with just one N, even from Alexandria. So that's what makes this coin more interesting and more rare. The fact that they did strike coins with the wrong name sometimes, which is pretty rare to find nowadays. But back then, when every single die had to be engraved manually, it took a lot more effort. And on the reverse we have Jovi Conservatori, a very typical type of the time. And if you wish to own a similar coin like this, maybe even with an error, I can't guarantee anything, feel free to check out my eBay. I have left a link in the description. Thank you for watching.